Hello everyone and welcome back to the Halfsun SMP server. We're starting over at my tree farm. I don't think I've ever shown this off in a video before, but this is where I've been farming up all the wood used in all of my builds. And as you can probably guess, we're over here getting some extra materials, because in today's episode we're actually going to be adding a new build to our western area. It is going to be another western themed building today, but it's going to have a little twist to it to make it a little bit more interesting. But that's all I'm going to say about it for now, so let's get our materials together and let's start building. So first and foremost, we're going to need a lot more spruce wood. Next up, we're going to need some dark oak wood. Then I'm going to grab some acacia for some detailing. I'm also going to grab some birch wood for some detailing. Next up, we're over here at our mine and we're going to grab some gravel. We're going to grab a little bit of sand. We're going to grab a little bit of stone. And that's going to do it. At our base, we're going to grab a nice chunk of iron, get some lanterns, item frames, chains, grab some leftover materials from previous builds. We're going to need some coral, but we're only after the yellow coral. And we're going to need ourselves some blackstone, so we're just over here at Broken Pixels Piglin Trader. And over we go here. We're going to have a very easy time with all of this good stuff. And we're going to need some bones. Shout out to Lev for making this awesome skeleton grinder for us. And I think I'll save yous the way and I'll meet yous back at base when I've got everything crafted up and ready to get building. Now that we have all the building materials needed and the farming area has been increased, I think it's time to share my plan with you. My master plan for today is to build a barn up on this hill. I think this will be a nice addition to the area we've been slowly building up. There are currently no animals over in this area, some of you may have already noticed that, but we need some, especially to get the likes of wool and leather for any crafting. And I think having a place to keep the animals safe is a smart first move in that plan. And as I said at the start of the video, not everything with this barn will be as expected, but we'll speak more about that later. First, we need to actually build it. And there we have it, the barn is finished. So off camera I added in just this little bit of detail to the ground outside of the barn. I wanted to make the ground here look really used and worn out, just from all the animals and materials going in and out of the barn. I also added in this little sheltered bit over here. So this is just sort of some miscellaneous storage for stuff left outside, like some excess wood and hay, things like that. And I've also added in little bits of detail with the coral here. So it looks like little bits of the haze broken off and landed there. I've done this by using slabs here. These are all actual slabs, not full blocks. And if you waterlog the block, the coral will stay on it and it will retain its colour as well. So that's similar to what I've added around the back here. I seen this detail online and I really liked it. And I thought doing what I'd done up here was quite a nice thing. Where I've got the little eggs in here, so it looks like little birds' nests just at the top of the barn. And as you can see, this have retained its colour. This is actually an upside down stair. And the slabs here stop the water that you can see just there from leaking out. And this one I accidentally placed on a block that wasn't waterlogged and it lost its colour. But I think having it there, sort of just outside the nest, still looks good, like a little bit of detail. That it's just sort of fallen off and it's been weathered and it's sort of lost all its colour. It's like the straw or haze sort of died off. Then coming inside here, this is where all of the animals are going to be. So my plan for the animals is these 3 pens over here will be for horses. And I've got some names for them picked out. And I also wanted to have sort of saddles ready to go for them up here, but I sadly only have one saddle at the moment, so definitely need to get a couple other ones for here. Then over on this section, this is going to be your sort of backup animals. These will be animals that we don't want to kill. So in here we're going to have a couple of pigs, a couple of cows. Nope, that will be a couple of sheep here, and a couple of cows here. I looked up some sort of typical names for sheep, cows and pigs online, and I named the pens. I thought that added a nice little bit of detail as well. Another thing that I wanted to look at was adding puddles along the ground where they drink out of the water. So if you ever see any sort of videos of animals drinking in like barns and farms and stuff like that, you'll notice especially like cows can be very messy with drinking milk and water. So I wanted to try and add that around just as an extra bit of detail. So what I've tried doing here was adding in some stairs and waterlogging the stairs so you can see the water. I know typically the puddles wouldn't be extremely straight, sharp lines, but I feel like it works out. It's probably as close as we're going to get to it. But if you know any tricks, please feel free to let me know, and I'd be always happy to see more interior detail tips and tricks because it's something I'm not very well experienced with. And as you've seen outside, we've done a trick with the coral, so it's a little bits of hay that they've been eating's fallen off and it's just sort of laying bundled up into the ground. This time here I'm using upside down stairs. Basically any block you can waterlog, place a coral on top and it'll keep its colour perfectly fine. Then for little bits of detail as well, I've just added in some of the different sort of workstations that you would probably use in a barn, like your grindstone anvils and stuff like that, and some miscellaneous tools and outfits lying about, some storage. There's nothing in them, it's just purely for detail. Then if we go up here, there are some zombies. I still need to do a pass with some light in this place, just brighten up a little bit. But as you can see, you've got some spare wood up here and some other things like barrels and composters, grindstones. And this gets us out to this little section up here. So yeah, I'm very happy with it. I thought it was actually going to take me a lot less time than what it did to build it. I've only built this once in a creative world and was only expecting it to take me about an hour to put together, but it ended up taking me a fair bit longer, so it did. But I'm glad it's done. I really like it. Added in some of the dark oak along with the spruce. I've got some spruce stairs and dark oak stairs. So it's like little chunks of wood have broken off just over time. It's really sort of weathered and used looking. Then it's just pretty simple around the sides. But yeah, so now that we've got the barn up and running, I'm just going to quickly get some things together to move on to the final part of today's plan with the barn, and we'll be right back.
Welcome to Cybersun.
And welcome to Cybersun Games. So this is something else that I haven't shown off in a video yet before, but Cybersun Games is the gaming district on the server that Broken Pixel has set up. So him and Halfsun have been over here building some stuff. Broken Pixel built this little entranceway, so we'll have the portal there and have these cyberpunk themed towers with the baubles all around, and it is looking very awesome if you ask me. This is Halfsun's casino that he's been building up. It's currently a work in progress, but if you ask me, it's looking mighty grand and mighty nice. I also like what he's doing with the lawn over here with this sort of two-striped grass. It looks like it's been mowed. And over here, President-elect Lev is moving his Tombola game from Spawn over here. We've been waiting a little while for him to move it, so hopefully if he sees this, it will act as a friendly reminder. And these roads were built up by Broken Pixel as well. He's been planning out the whole area, so you see we've got some steam coming out from the vents of the ground, and got the little road lines in here. And what I would probably say is one of my best little details, even though it's probably the smallest, so hopefully no one gets upset, but it's this little hover car. I think it looks amazing and it fits the area just amazingly well. You may also have noticed I'm over here in my unicorn armor. I felt this was the closest thing I had to a cyberpunk-esque suit. And also, if you didn't know, I'm Scottish and Scotland's national animal is a unicorn. I feel like that's sort of a double whammy. But tangents aside, we're actually over here to test out Broken Pixel's new game right here, so let's go give it a try. So we're down here at Broken Pixel's game, moving target. So the aim of the game is for us to sit in this minecart, bounce from wall to wall, and shoot the targets as they come up. I can't remember if they come up in a random order or it's a pre-planned sequence, so we need to find that out. But yeah, the person with the lowest score will win the prize pool. So that is currently Dova with 84, and this is the prize pool here. So Broken Pixel put in 10 of his own diamond blocks, which was very kind of him and makes the prize pool all that sweeter. So let's have a look at the book just to make sure we're on the right track. So 1 diamond block and we get 2 tries for that. Make sure there's no nuggets in the barrel. Make sure the minecart is at the starting position. When ready, press the button. Shoot each target. Check your score in the barrel and record it on the scoreboard. The player with the lowest score, fastest time. Yep, so I was right. Will win the entire prize pool. And pretty much just clean up after yourself. So let's check the barrels, nothing in that. Grab a diamond block, add that in here, grab a bow and some arrows, and let's give this a try. So round 1, let's start. Oh, and we're finished. I feel like I got robbed on that shot there. Maybe? I don't know. We'll go with that. I did get lucky on 1 or 2 shots though, so I can't complain too much. But let's see how we're doing. Oh, 2 stacks exactly. Oh, 128. Right in between Zams and Dover. So let's get that up on a sign right now. Let's do, don't caps lock down, 128. So that was our first attempt. We do have another try. Let me put this here and let me sleep to brighten this place up so you guys can see a lot better. And I don't like that creeper over there. Because if he blows this up, Broken Pixel will never let me hear the end of it. But yeah, we've got another try. Let me reset and we'll do round 2. So we're ready, round 2. We've had a warm-up round. Let's do it. Oh, that's us, ended again. See, I feel like I was robbed on that last shot there. And these hitboxes for these walls they're a bit suspiciously too big. But let's see how we've done this second time. Oh, 64 and 37, so that'll be 71, 101. That's a lot better, not quite up to Dova's time. 84, I wonder how he got that. That is a good time. Let me just double check what I actually said we got. So it was, I don't know if that was what I said the first time, but I'm not good at fast math. And I'll put this back. Put this stuff back. Make sure that's, yep, that's visible. So yeah, currently in second place. That is not too bad for our first 2 tries. There's a couple of people on the server, so I might come back when they're off and I'm not recording with shaders on. Try and get the most optimal game that I possibly can to see if I can win. But Dova's time is really good. I think he must know the special trick to get all of them that fast, so I'm hoping he puts up a video and maybe I could steal his tactics. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed our little visit over to Cybersun. The area is very cool. I do have a build suggestion for this area that I shared with Broken Pixel and he liked it, so definitely in a future video we'll need to come over here and do some building. And I have an idea for a game as well. It's not an original idea, but it's something I've never done, and I think Broken Pixel might be up for collabing on it, so we'll need to see about that. But let me know if you want to see more Cybersun games, and I hope you enjoyed it, as I said. So, because we're doing a sort of Western themed build, I wanted to keep everything around the area looking as Westernly and sort of old fashioned as possible. So, having automatic farms doesn't really fit in with the theme of the area, and that's where this barn's going to come in handy. So, what I wanted to do is in the floor, I want to build a secret entranceway that goes down underground, and underground the barn is where we're going to have all of our automatic farms. So things like sugarcane, cactus, wool, cow farm, things like that. Everything that's automated and very future looking. We're going to do like a hidden scientist sort of secret lair underneath the barn. But to build our little hidden staircase, I'm actually going to be copying a redstone design from Whipla on YouTube. I hope that's how they pronounce their name. But I'll leave a little link to the tutorial in that, so if you're interested in building something similar, you can go and watch his tutorial. But I'm going to build that, and I'm going to be right back. The secret entrance has been added, so whenever we want to check out our auto farms, we can come outside, look about for prying eyes, especially from people like him. I'm actually not going to him. So make sure there's no other players about. Nobody's online, we're safe. We come over here, flip the switch, and boom, secret staircase down to our little scientific area. So the walls here are still pretty plain and I haven't went down pretty far yet. I do have a beacon over in that direction where I'm mining up the terracotta for terracotta. So I need to move that over here. I'm actually thinking about making a little bit over here like a little pond sort of garden type area, and maybe have the beacon shoot out from the middle of the water. I think that may be quite cool, and it would allow us to use it in this area. So I'm not 100% sure how far the farm is going to go down, but we're going to go over in that direction, and we will curve round and go back on ourselves in this direction too, just so we can have as much space as possible. I'm not 100% sure how many floors we'll do. We might make the floors quite tall so we can have a lot of space for redstone, and possibly might dedicate them to each of the individual farms. So have a floor for animal farms, then another one for like crops and things like that. But I'm not 100% sure yet, and I'll need to work on the theme as well. I want to see if I can try and combine the sort of Mesa Western type theme that we're going with over here. Maybe if I can get like a combination of that and like a scientific or a really clinical look, I think that might be pretty cool. But as I said, no ideas yet. Then whenever we come back up, we can flip the switch and hide it. Or even better, it is possible to add a second switch down there so we can activate it from underground as well. So if anybody comes looking for us, it will be difficult for them to find us. And I might also look into changing this into using a pressure plate that might blend in a bit more rather than the lever. But that will involve a little bit of redstone work. And again, I'll do it off camera because I am not the best redstoner, so I'll save everyone the pain. But yeah, I think that is going to do it for us today. We got a lot of work done. As I said previously, the barn took a lot longer than I expected, which made me run out of time. And hopping over to Cybersun was a nice little fun break, and getting to show off 2 brand new areas in a single episode, I think, helped make it a lot more interesting. But yeah, just wanted to end things off with saying thank you very much for watching as always, and I hope you enjoyed the episode. And if you have any comments or suggestions for the barn itself or the sort of scientific area underneath, be sure to leave a comment. Always happy to hear ideas and suggestions, especially improved buildings and small details and things like that. So thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you later. Bye!